Dear friends, welcome to AAPKA TV channel. Today we have Dr. Shanti Kumar, Professor of Religions from Sri Lanka with us. And welcome to AAPKA TV channel.
Very pleased to be with you.
Dr. Shanti Kumar, for our viewers, you've been Professor of Religious Studies in Sri Lanka, specifically in University of Colombo and University of Khlenia. How long you been teaching religious studies over there?
Exactly. The two universities employed me at two different times.
Right.
But in total, maybe for the last 5 years in Colombo and Khlenia.
So what do you specifically teach over there?
I teach in Colombo in the Department of Buddhist Studies in the Faculty of Humanities for final year, fourth year Buddhist Studies students on Christianity. That's one aspect. And in University of Khlenia in the Department of Classical Studies and Christian Culture, Western Classical Studies and Christian Culture, I teach undergraduate course in Islam and Hinduism.
Do you teach Islam as well?
Yes, I do.
Islam to who?
Islamic
Muslim students
No.
or non-Muslim students?
Non-Muslim students. It's very interesting how they just transform, how they are exposed to their Christian students from their birth, and how they are exposed to particularly to Hinduism and Islam, even though it's a multicultural, multi-religious environment in Sri Lanka. Still in the classroom, they are exposed to these traditions. Very beautiful.
So it's kind of interfaith studies. You teaching religion to people who don't know that religion.
Exactly. We also have some of the curricula in the school at advanced level and at O-level time, and earlier than that.
So what do you teach in Minhaj University?
At Minhaj, I teach in this particular department history of religious thought.
Right.
And history of religious thought, when you say that history of religion, Minhaj, I also particularly focus on Hinduism and Buddhism, because it is also, they are also the religions of Pakistan and South Asia particularly.
It is quite interesting. You teach all kind of different religions. Do you personally follow any particular faith?
I was born a Roman Catholic, but I am drawn to the fascinating aspects of religions that I am teaching. But I feel that I am culturally Buddhist. But there is some part of me that is also my mother's and my father's, which is a Roman Catholic, and so probably my upbringing was Christian. But I am sort of someone who is absolutely open to all these religious traditions.
What's the best aspect of Buddhism fascinates you?
I think the aspect of Buddhism is the complete freedom of accepting that faith, because and opening it up philosophically, ontologically, that anybody can be Buddhist. That you don't have to become a Buddhist. If you follow the ethical path that the Buddha has taught, even if you are a Jew, you can still be Buddhist. Because Buddhism is an option to take a particular ethical path for wholesome living. So if you take an option in ethical path, that you do good, and you do good because it is good to do good.
Thank you, Dr. Shanti Kumar. You have explained a lot about Buddhism and about Mahatma Buddha. As we learn from your conversation, Buddhism is a religion of love and care. But when we see recent atrocities been happening in Myanmar, we call it Burma as well, and Muslims have faced miseries by local Buddhists. So how do you take this kind of incident?
Unfortunately, despite Buddhism, there is an aspect that people have forgotten, that those real Buddhists who wants to tread the path of the Buddha cannot be involved in discrimination of that nature.
Is that right?
Yeah, of course, yes. And which means that militancy, extreme thinking has even entered politically into Buddhist frame of thinking.
You're trying to say it's a kind of a political thing, not a religious thing.
I think it is politicized. The whole thing about Rohingya, Muslims as a minority who actually don't have a homeland at the moment, stateless people, neither here nor there. It is a very unjust situation, and that cannot be tolerated by any religious tradition, because people are people not because of their particular affiliation to a religious tradition, but they must be treated humanely.
So how did you find Pakistan?
Pakistan is, of course, part of South Asia and our good neighbor. Of course, our closest neighbor is India, but Pakistan is part of, and it's also part of the SAARC region, and had been a friend for a long time. So I thought, when I was offered the opportunity, I thought I should grab it, because I also can contribute to something important in the region. It's not just Sri Lanka, but I believe that we will be able to contribute, and I also will be able to learn from the Pakistan culture and Islam particularly, and particularly from Punjab, because Punjab is related to a massive civilization, Harappa Mohenjo-daro, and we are actually standing on it, and Gandhara, Takshila. So there is a history and the beautiful Indus that flows through Punjab into the Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean. So I thought I shouldn't let this experience pass away.
Dr. Shanti Kumar, as you see, in Pakistan, Prime Minister Mr. Imran Khan took a lead to have good relation with neighboring country India by opening up Kartoffel Border. How it would be impacting or influencing local politics or regional politics among these two countries?
It is very important, because the border is it's a very sensitive border, which created the Pakistan with the partition, and people found it very hard. Punjab was divided. Of course, that is all history, but there is a history of union, togetherness, solidarity, friendship beyond partition, and which means I think we can reconnect. And religion is a good way, especially Guru Nanak Ji's birthplace here is in Pakistan, and in Pakistan part of Lahore, Punjab. So it is so important that, because if you open up that little place for pilgrims, and the the Punjabi and Sikh diaspora is huge, from England to Canada. So you will be inviting a large cross-section of first, second, third, fourth generation of Canadian Sikhs and British Sikhs, Australian Sikhs, American Sikhs, and all these Western diaspora Sikhs coming here and meeting with the Sikhs here in Pakistan, and also the Indians who are coming here from Amritsar and beyond, would be a real union, a relationship, and it will also give an impetus to clear some of the prejudices of Pakistan and to reinstate its regional leadership and to become part of the global citizenship, and Pakistan playing its role as a leading country in the region and in the world.
Dr. Shanti Kumar, religion today, as we see in the world, not all human beings follow any particular religion. Some people have a faith and some people don't have any particular faith. From your experience, what do you think religion would contribute to bring peace in the society?
I think religion came as a response to bring order.
Do you think about Islam? Is it really religion of peace?
Another difficult question. I think, in my view, all religions, including Islam, initially campaigned nothing else but for solidarity, peace, and service to humanity. That is unquestionable if you look at their early teachings and early preachings of the prophets and the founders of all religions. You can see very clearly their personal commitment and the commitment of their own companions, disciples, and early scriptures. If you browse them through, you will definitely see that it is a total effort for service to humanity. Service to humanity. Service to humanity comes, and peace is that byproduct of service to humanity. And peace is something that we always want to perceive. But service to one another, like, offering a cup of tea, it's a big service. You bring out your goodness in you in that offering of service, because you have thought that you should offer a cup of tea, a cup of water to someone who visits your home. And that is in-depth human instinct to help someone, not just my own, but anyone. Now that is fundamentally true of all religions. In that sense, Islam, certainly, its ultimate purpose is to bring peace and order. And we know the Prophet of Islam, his preaching and his teaching during his own lifetime was in utter chaos. And we know in history that he wanted to, through his particular revelation and his preaching and his commitment, he wanted to bring order to that particular society. And that is very, very, very clear.
Thanks so much, Doctor, for spending your valuable time. And we have listened to all your valuable comments about Pakistan and about peace in the world. Thank you for coming to the studio.